Hey everyone, it's Asian in Norway here. So welcome back to another video. So I know I haven't made a video in a long time, and that is because I've been real busy with my real life. But today I'm back again. So in my previous video, I talked about giving people a few advice and tips on how to finding a job in Norway. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it. Okay. I believe there are some very important information. So in this video, I'm gonna give people advice and information about how renting an apartment is like in Norway. Now the rules are quite simple here in Norway, but you may be from a different country than Norway. The world's a big place, so the way things function are different from countries to countries. Rules here are quite simple from as far as I'm concerned. You pay your rent every month. What day of the month, depending on the contract, that depending on the agreement you make with the landlord. But there's a 3-month deposit you have to put in at the same time when you're paying the first month rent. Now the money of your deposit will have to be put in a bank. This is for your security. And if any landlord tell you to just wire the money to their private account, because that does happen quite often, more than people think, don't tell them, well, we want to put in a bank because we know that's for our security reasons. Because if you don't put in a bank, he can run away with the money, and then it's gonna be very difficult for you to get the money back if he doesn't have anything left. And both of you sign a contract, you go talk to the bank, and you don't even have to meet up in a bank. Everything can be done electronically. But anyways, the 3-month deposit, just make sure you are aware of this simple rule. Don't just do what the landlord tells you. You need to put the deposit in a bank account. Now, the other things I will be talking about is when it comes to power, internet, and other furnitures, depending on the contract. Again, some contract will including the power and internet in the price, some will not. And a lot of the places will have a washing machine or furniture ready, but again, some of them don't, depending on the contract. And of course, the process it works here is quite simple. You just have to see what time they have a tour. Then you meet up. Usually there are at least can be up to 5 to 10 people to meet up for at least during the 2 hours. And the landlord will talk to everybody, will want to get to know you. Usually the question they will ask is if you have a permanent job and how many people are going to live here. And because permanent job here is very important to have, because so they know you will be able to afford to pay your rent. And if you don't have a permanent job, you can have a lot tougher time on the renting apartment market. Now, so those are the basic stuff here about the renting apartment. Now I'm gonna actually show you a little bit prices and where you can find apartments. So instead of me talking about it, I'm just gonna show you to it. Hello again, everybody. So we're back to this page called finn.no, which is here. And finn.no is well, I will almost say it's like a Norwegian Google. Not exactly, but it's a very important page, especially for important things like if you want to buy an apartment, sell an apartment, you want to rent an apartment, find a job, hire people, travel, and etc. There's a lot of different things you can do here. So every single Norwegian in this country use finn.no. Now, I apologize because I was not able to find an English version, because I tried to see if I could find one, but apparently there's no English version here. So I'm just going to try to explain as well as I can. Now, we're going to jump into here, called eiendom, which means property in English. And let's see here. Now we're going to go to let's see, leie. The phrase leie means renting. Let's see. No, oh, sorry. This is for the business department. Let's see for private people. See, renting. No, I'm not familiar with the prices around the different places in the Norway, but I'm gonna just go with Oslo because I'm more familiar with these prices here. Okay, let's say if your price is gonna be on average between 8,000 to 20,000 kroners. Well, okay, 20,000 may be a little too much for the average Joe. Uh, well, maybe 40 to 60 square meters, maybe 70. How many rooms? Well, let's say you want one bedroom and a one kitchen. Yeah, and there's a lot of different facility. Here's you can have with a garage, and yeah, there's a lot of different things here. Let's see here. Okay, all for marketing purposes. They're probably not going to be there when you move in. Yeah, it looks pretty nice to me. Yeah, you have everything here, and now this one is 15,000 kronas per month, and with 3-month deposit, and 52 square meter and one bedroom. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in my video is that there are two type of people you're gonna be meeting when you're gonna be signing a contract. You can, during the tour of the apartment, you can either meet the owner of the apartment, and sometimes, in a lot of cases, it will be outsourced to different real estate companies. So the real estate companies will, do the job for the owner. And sometimes it's a little better because the real estate agent know the law and know the rules. They know how things work, so you can basically trust them more. And not because the owners are gonna trick you and lie, but simply because they don't know better. And also, one more thing here is like here you can see recently there has been new development because Norway is very advanced when it comes to technology. Not that they invent that much technology, but they are very good at using technology. So very common for people to sign in a contract online. So you don't need everything on paper. You can actually do this just on the internet. It's quite simple. So this is like a bit outsourced work to swiftcourt.com. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but anyways, so that's basically what how Fing.no looks like. The price can be very different from depending on what city you live in, and in Oslo it can be very different from which part of the the country you I mean sorry which part of the city you live in. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, and not much more to inform about renting in Norway. And of course, I do apologize if I couldn't find an English version. But if you have any question about Finn.no, you can just contact me, and I will try to see if I can help you translate some of the things as best as I can. And most of the landlord and the real estate agent, they all speak English, so don't worry about that. You have questions, feel free to contact them. And then of course there are probably other websites besides Finn.no where you can get information in English to rent an apartment. But generally speaking, most places, like at least 90% of all the marketing places, is gonna be on Finn.no. Yeah. Well, so thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.